Hey, so this is going to be a little different type of video. I figured I'd try, telling a funny story because I do have quite a lot of stories and I don't have enough time for a podcast. So I figured I might just tell them here and make a video out of it. I'll probably have some random flash game going over this, just some random bull crap. So you actually have something to watch rather than just listen to my voice because as attractive as it is, it gets old after a while. But anyways, this is the story about the time that I became the Batslayer at my local college. With COVID and everything, right? I work as a janitor at my local college. What I do is I disinfect everywhere that humans touch, right? Get the little grimy hands on. Obviously, I'm just killing the virus wherever I can go, right? That's my job. So one day, I'm just making my rounds, cleaning up the office building and stuff, and I make my way to the library. I walk in, there's quite a few people here. I start, cleaning, and there's a little alley, not alley, but a stairwell towards the corner of the back of the library. It's really dark, and there's some door at the top. I have no clue why it's even there, but it's dark in there for some reason. Obviously, there's a railing by the stairs. I walk in to, wipe down the railing with my disinfectant and stuff, and a bat just flies right out, just a bat flies right in my face. I'm telling you, I Matrix this thing. I lean back 90 degrees and it flew right over my head. So I'm sitting there in shock, what? So then I hear screams coming from the library. I turn around and there's just this bat flying around everywhere now. I'm kind of watching for a while in awe. No one really knew what to do. So eventually the workers had the bright idea to just start clapping because apparently that was going to mess up its echolocation or whatever, and they were going to try and get it out the door that way. Soon the entire library is just clapping, trying to confuse this bat to go out the front door somehow. There's no other janitors here, by the way, because I'm a part-time employee. I don't actually work at the place full-time or anything, so I'm not equipped to handle this situation. Two random dudes just hold open the door and I'm just clapping with them. I'm just yeah, this is gonna work. I had no clue what was going on. I was just kind of watching. After a solid 5 minutes of doing that, it became clear that wasn't working. So someone looked at me. Apparently I'm the most equipped person to deal with this. No security or whatever. And so they're just oh, well, you're the janitor. You fix this problem. I'm what? And they hand me a plastic garbage can and expect me to swoop up this bat with it. So for a while, I feel like an idiot. I'm walking around with this plastic garbage can. And we're just kind of watching in pity because I'm just sitting here swinging, trying my freaking best. We have a bunch of flags in this library where all the students that have come to the college from. The bat's just hiding behind these. Little old me with my garbage can. Then I'm pretty sure it wasn't even empty. So I'm pretty sure I was spilling garbage everywhere while I was doing this. They're still randomly clapping, which is not helping me at all because it just makes the bat want to fly more and not hold still. Eventually, some employee or something that didn't really want to do it themselves walks up and get upgraded to one of those huge garbage can bags. So they're oh yeah, this will work. You'll get them with this one. I keep chasing this bat around. At this point, students have begun to evacuate. At one point, I about got it because it swooped really close to me, but then I flinched because, it's a freaking bat and I'm a 16-year-old kid. What am I gonna do? I missed my shot. This story's a lot funnier that I did miss that because of the chaos that happens later on. So eventually, I lose sight of the bat and everyone's air horn, where'd the bat go? I'm I don't know. At the same time, someone hands me, I don't know where they found this, someone hands me a butterfly net. So I've got a butterfly net now, right? And I'm okay, well now I gotta find the bat. And also at this point, some other random college kid had pulled up and taken the garbage bag. So now we're this tag team duo trying to strike down this bat. I'm holding the butterfly net and I hear faint screams coming from down the hallway. And at the end of the hallway, there is a stairwell that goes up to where all of the students are studying. All of the students are there in there studying. It turns out the bat got in there and is flying around. So all these students see distraught. There's a bat in their building and they're just trying to do their thing. They're college students, bro. They don't deserve this. They see some 16-year-old kid with this college kid tagging along behind him like a caddy, walk up the stairs. I'm holding this thing like the Doomslayer and I just start swinging. There was passion in my arms, right? And I'm ordering people around. I'm telling people, okay, clap, get back down here. I'm yelling at people. I'm the military general. It was crazy, man. Eventually they had to evacuate. So all these 20 and 21-year-old people are going in a single file line, walking down the stairs while some 16-year-old kid just starts waging war. And the other college kids stay with me too. And they got some other random guy that clearly wanted some light in his life. So we gave him a garbage can. By the way, still no actual staff. It is just me and two college kids just going ham. And we're just doing awfully, right? Then an employee comes down, clearly not motivated at all. This dude's 70 years old, just does not want to be working here anymore. He comes down with a sprayer, one of the cleaner sprayers, not even something to catch the bat with. For a while, he wasn't even doing anything about the bat. He just walked down and started spraying tables and cleaning crap off. There was no issue. And eventually I look at him can you help? And he's oh yeah. And he starts spraying the bat, which is just not helping us at all. And eventually get an actual employee down. And he's oh yeah, I'll send for help. And then help never came. This is about an hour into me having a duel with this bat. So there's two little shelves of books right in the center of the library, right? There's a balcony up top with a bunch of chairs, whiteboards for the students to write and study on. And then there's the bottom level, which is little rooms and chairs for people to study on. And then there's two little bookshelves, just educational older books in there. Clearly these books are valuable, right? So what happens to us? This is now on my hands because, I couldn't catch the bat. The bat flies into the bookshelf. We're oh crap. And then we look and we see it once and we didn't see it again. We were in there prodding at the bat. We started taking out books. There was like 4 of us, like just whacking at these bookshelves trying to find this thing. We could not find it. Eventually I just walked back down because I have a job to do, right? I still have to go and like disinfect all this crap. I'm not about to be at my job for like 6 hours straight or whatever. Like I got other things to do. I walk back down to the lobby and I see the head of security at the college and some other employees. I told him like, yeah, there's a bat. And he's like, oh yeah, it's the 4th one this week. I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, we don't know what the issue is. There might be a hole in the roof or something. Like, bro, you have bats 4 times a week in a place where people study and you haven't figured out a way to solve this yet? I went and I finished my job because I couldn't do anything. The bat was just gone. So it probably ate half of those books or something. I'm not sure if bats eat paper or not. No one really cared that the bat was just in this bookshelf and we couldn't find it. Yeah, that's the Batslayer story. You're probably not telling it right. I'm not great at telling stories, never have been, but I figured it'd be like a cool kind of content to try out this time. Do let me know if you are interested in more of this type of stuff. I do have a few other stories that I'd like to tell. Thank you for watching and I will see you next video.